Wow, look at that sky. I knew we were going to be catching some beautiful light on this trip. So here I am coming out of PetSmart. Got the various critter foods. Got the various critters. And I had them put a little cardboard in there and a little spritz of water, since I am going to be going to the public storage first with these things. So I'll just do a quick drop off and get a move on it. I was thinking like I'd show you all my comics and do a fairly extended trip, because I got a lot of cool stuff in here. Maybe just while the light is there, I'll do a few random samplings, because I am completely forgoing any sort of fancy plan. So random box I open, and let's see what I get here on the I'm not even seeing myself. A legend of superheroes, Legion of Superheroes. Hulk, very, 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 very important deep channeling. And I'm just pulling out here and there to see what we come up with. Weird. I have such an eclectic collection. I mostly was a Marvel person, but then I opened my mind. To possibilities. A lot of these are in backwards, so I'll just switch over to this side. There is, of course, the Fantastic Fours. Oh, that Herald of Galactus. I was really into them when I was doing role-playing games. And, you know, of course, the Iron Mans. And so Demon. Oh, Demon. Boy, oh boy. That's dark. Some Spider-Man. Not everything has the cardboard backings. Dark Knight, when they started talking about Batman as the Dark Knight, that was a big movement after that Frank Miller thing. So I'm not going to do too much pulling out, because I don't want to mess up the way these things are closed, because they're about to be put where things are humid. Exactly the kind of storage you shouldn't be doing. But hopefully, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully my bagging and stuff makes it good enough. Good enough is good enough. Putting in the cat food. Putting in more cat food. And more cat food. And more cat food still. Trying to go around in the direction where I don't show my license plate, because none of your business. I can't wait till in Facebook it's not even an issue, where it just edits out license plates automatically. It might even be at that point, but I might have to go in. But it's better to do this for posterity, because this is all very, very big in my life, this stuff. And these guys, let's get these guys with the lighting. Beautiful lighting and beautiful creatures. Can we get that in there? Oh, I know someone who's just can't wait to meet you. Meet you, eat you, eat you, meet you. Something like that. So here we go, doing the same old routine. Getting ready to go in the car. Closing up the back. Jeep Wranglers. Very special vibe, the Jeep Wranglers. It's a cult. I had an Amiga computer. I have a Jeep Wrangler. And there was a third example. I got caught up into a few of the cult trappings. A few of the cult trappings of superior product. For reasons. Superior products like the Jeep. It's the Hulk. The Jeep is the Hulk of cars. Something I learned yesterday, in addition to being the beginning of Pride Month. June belongs to LGBTQT, whatever, you know. This is always another letter. I'm not exactly sure what the latest selection of letters are. Not to belittle it or anything, but hard for me to follow. Oh boy, should I have started shooting this on a different... I can try and do this. It's the first exit off of my public storage is where I'm trying to find, and normally I would use GPS, but I am not going to stop shooting this and lose a light, so I'm going to use my thinking mind, just like the way I did when I corrected myself driving back from a drive I did, like not every week, I wish it was every weekend, but for a some number of weekends for the past 2 years. Sometimes you have a brain fart, the whole co-processing thing of driving plus talking being uniquely compatible. It is absolutely true, but there will be the occasional misfire. The occasional misfire cannot be with hazardous driving conditions. The occasional misfire can only be, was that my exit? That's an okay misfire. You can correct yourself. Resiliency, anti-fragile. Oh, anti-fragile. Got to get that guy's name. These Middle Eastern names and stuff sometimes elude me. But there is a book called Anti-Fragile that is capturing a very elusive concept about what it is about heterogeneous systems. Perfect follow on to the last video. First, let me think through. I'm about to get on 80. 80 West is further into the Poconos and the Pennsylvanias. 30 East is towards the city. I am going 30 East, and I'm getting off at the last exit before this crosses over into Pennsylvania, before I-80 crosses into Pennsylvania, and that means 310. 310. So I'm getting off exit 310 before I go over the beautiful Delaware Water Gap, Pennsylvania bridge separator thing. It's a natural kind of separator. I'm trying to think what you would call it. I guess cliffs. It's where you would have to put a switchback in roads if it were going up into the mountains. But of course, things are sort of tracking along next to the Delaware River, so they only had to blast away a little bit to make room for the roads to go through. It doesn't actually go up into the foothills of the mountains, which is where it kind of begins there, right? That's where it becomes the Poconos Mountains as you cross from New Jersey into Pennsylvania on Route 80. So this all starts out just like I'm going home, but then I just go further than my exit as if I were going home. And then I'll probably end the video because I might need the GPS for my last leg of the journey to my public storage. I've been using the Jeep dealer here for my car, gray. I would be reaching gray if I didn't actually get onto I-80. If I kept going a little bit straight, I would hit the gray Chrysler dealer and repair center, which, while far more expensive than, some little shop you could probably find, as the dealer, they have access to the parts and the equipment, and I know that bippity-boppity-boo, the car is ready for you. Bippity-boppity-boo, the car is ready for you. So I've been using the dealer. No harm in it. Little financial harm in it. But they're such great people, and they're so appreciative of me being appreciative, because people curse out the dealer. They, complain about the prices. They try and get their insurance to cover all kinds of things that insurance would never cover. So they got every headache and every bellyacher and every complainer. And I come in with a high level of gratitude, saying the important thing is that you can take me today. Although I had it scheduled, so I knew they could take me. But, I was running late. I sometimes run late for various reasons. Things at home retain me. And so running late, I call them and I go, I still want my 10:30 spot. They're like, no problem. And I'm like,
Okay, I need everything done to keep my Jeep insurance intact, right? I got a few checklist items to hit so that I have lifetime replacement of anything that goes wrong, aside from brakes and tune-ups and stuff, right? So insurance doesn't cover everything, but all the big things that go wrong, lifetime Jeep insurance. And so I get my car in to get all that stuff taken care of. And I did have an issue to get taken care of last time, and I was like, oh yeah, not really. That was the windshield. I had a crack in the windshield the day I went canoeing. That was a different place, and that didn't work out quite as smooth as the Chrysler dealership. It still wasn't that bad. I got it fixed a day after I thought I was going to be able to. But the dealership never lets me down. Ooh, I got a low battery. Let me plug in if I can do it. Jeez. Yes, I should be able to do this. Keep the video going. I won't run out of space. Sometimes I run out of space, sometimes I run out of battery. I do little preparations, because when I bought this phone, it was an emergency. I planned on keeping my iPhone XS like forever, because it reached that perfect model. I was like, the Note 8 just never goes bad. Nothing ever goes wrong with it. And that's 5 years old. 5 years old that I've owned it. It's probably 6 or 7 years old as the technology. And the Note 8 is just the perfect phone. But the iPhones definitely have a higher degree of designed obsolescence than the Androids. And so my XS went all flaky and blitzed out on me. And I'm like, okay, do I wait for the 13? I didn't. I bought the 12. But when I bought the 12, instead of buying the 12 Pro, I just bought the 12. You know, the 6-inch model versus, I don't even know the differences. I lose track of these. But it was not the largest screen. It wasn't the Pro model. And it wasn't the largest storage. So I got like a step or two down in storage, and it just didn't occur to me what that was really going to mean in the shooting of these videos. So I'm always going into deleted items, recently deleted, and deleting all recently deleted, so I make sure I have enough room for these videos. Moving everything off onto the cloud so that I don't have any local pictures clogging up my phone. So, you know, I do a little curating. You got to do a little gardening to keep the lower price phones. You know, when you pay a little more, you get the convenience. More money gets you convenience. But even then, you'll end up having to curate, because once you fill it up to a certain point, it's not unlimited storage. So you get sloppy, you can go further. So if you're going to have to curate at some point, why not save the money and teach yourself a little bit of discipline and structure and control? Discipline, structure, control. Ender's Game. I was talking about Ender's Game. I was talking about heterogeneous societies versus homogeneous societies, and how the term homogeny often comes up when it's to describe a dystopian sci-fi government culture, alien race that is dominated by a single sect or caste or, you know, sub-race. You know, this happens all the time in sci-fi. The winners is the most powerful caste, and if there is diversity, all the rest of that diversity is subclasses and considered subhuman. And I talk about subhuman a lot. I think a lot of humans are subhuman, but it has nothing to do with social caste. It has to do with how much you exercise and can make use of as a tool the part under your forehead, the frontal cortex, the neocortex, prefrontal lobe, neocortex. See, maybe I'm not fully human because I can't even get my terminology right about what part of it is in your brain that does the thinking. Another low battery warning, another jiggling of these things, a pulling off on exit 310, and probably a winding down. I can pick it up there. What makes us human? Why are some humans more human than others? Why do I agree with Dune's premise that you gotta stick your hand in the pain box if you want to lead humanity? Because if you pull that out knowing that the pain isn't real, oh, I can do this. Oh, yes, I totally know how to do this. Yeah. Okay, I'll take this right to the end and stop when when I have to. If you know the pain is not real and you pull your hand out of the pain box to free yourself from the pain that is not real, how can you be expected to endure the pain you're going to have to endure as a leader to make the right decisions? The Ben Gesserit, as manipulative, invisible hand, and racist as they are, have decent principles in choosing humanity's leaders. Mom, he's using the voice again. Use the voice. Control and command your human psyche. Bend it to your will. Turn yourself into a meat puppet in service of your human, uniquely human, highly meta cognitive brain, the part that can go, I think, therefore I am. Be in touch with your other parts. Do not subdue them. Do not beat them into submission, but view it as the three-ring circus of the mind, with the ringleader being that uniquely human part, the neocortex, the prefrontal cortex, and everything else, the circus acts, the lions and the elephants, which they don't use anymore, by the way, in Ringling Brother. They went all human, but there's still the Big Apple circus with the dogs and the cats and stuff. That's pretty cool. Keep it humane. But in the circus, in the three-ring circus act of your brain, the ringleader is the human. It's the part under here. Other parts are different parts of your brain. Listen to Pinky and the Brain sing about the brain. It's embedded in some of my blog posts that you'll find on mikelev.in. Again, that's mikelev.in. Go check them out. There's some good thought-provoking writing there, with a lot of my videos put into greater context by being embedded into pages that talk about the same subject matter in a different way. And I will go and put away my comic books so I can get these critters back home to the great Fusili, who is waiting patiently. Thanks for joining me. Hope to go through my comics again with you real soon. I'll try and do it from public storage. I don't see why not at a later date. And don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, hit that bell for when I do the live broadcast to be alerted. I don't have quite a schedule yet. I'll try and settle into a schedule maybe, but I have a move coming up. It's going to be really tough. I hope to get a few live broadcasts in before then. But in the meantime, you got this. Love ya all. Love all my commenters. Please chime in, make your comments. I'll answer your questions. I might even use those questions as the seed, as the starting point for subsequent videos.